And in it, particularly this piece, I love the way in which issues of like gender, race, sexuality, all of those like boundaries were sort of penetrated for me in these pieces, like that they kind of fell away or fell into each other, making it a little bit harder or it slowed down the way that I looked at them, and it made me want to look even more carefully. So talk about a little bit about this series before we move on to the last one really quickly that I want to talk about today, and then we can come together for a short general conversation before we have to end, unfortunately. But yeah, talk a little.
Just quick. So this series of collages as well is called Via Yala, which is like a new term that activists from South America are trying to rename the continent. And Via Yala was a term used by the North indigenous place or located in the north of South America. That's how they called this region, which meant land in full maturity. And since the 60s, there's been this whole movement of trying to reclaim back the land by renaming it how the original nations used to call it, so Via Yala. And then the whole term, it came to me through this collaboration with this group from Colombia that is called, they're called Como Chimbita. And they enlightened me into this whole movement and terminology and the narrative that comes behind the whole Via Yala movement. So there is this whole narrative that it would take a whole other panel to discuss, but there is this whole narrative of a Via Yala that's what I'm trying to portray through this series, where the ambiguity of regions or in trying to to have these figures that are nature but are humans as well, but you cannot really tell who they really are, is the main subject behind this whole story of a Via Yala. And some sort of like the reclamation and reclaiming back our land and reclaiming back our heritage, our history is the main concern and goal with a Via Yala movement. And as we see in this series of a Via Yala collages, I try to use elements that repeat throughout the series, and so sort of like allow the people themselves to give the stories to these figures, elements, and landscapes that once belonged to the native of these lands, no?
Yes.
So that's the Via Yala series about.
But that's the short cliff note. I'm sure we could talk, like you said, for a very, very long time about this. But as if the final series before, come on, work with me now.